Today, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to help you strengthen your lower back and also a few different stretches to help you relax any tension you might be feeling. Go ahead and grab your yoga mat and we'll get started. But before we do, my name is Emily. I am a registered nurse, a yoga teacher, and a women's health advocate, and I help women feel more balanced and stronger, confident in their bodies. And I do this here online, and I'd love to support you as well. So if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So our 5 tips to get started to help promote a healthy spine. The first one, it starts with our core. So I would love for you to think of your core as your back and front of your core. So we have a very deep muscle called the TA, transverse abdominis muscle, that starts at the spine and wraps around the front like a corset. So it kind of holds everything in place here. It's very, very deep. We want to activate the TA muscle to keep the strength in the core. So the core nice and strong. And we can do this through mindful exercises. If you're familiar with Pilates, they do a lot of work specifically with the TA muscle, but also the front and back body. So thinking of that 360 core, not only does that help prevent and reduce back pain, having a strong core, but also helps build strength to carry us out throughout the day and helps us prevent, falls and being at risk for a fall, which gets into my next tip. So practicing good posture. So whether you're standing, walking, or even sitting, I want you to try to think of keeping things in line. So we're aligning head over heart, heart over pelvis, keeping the chin level, the spine nice and long. So that's going to help not only with our posture, but also with our balance. So when we hunch over, so I want you to think of somebody who might hunch over, they have a tendency to want to kind of go in that direction. So a higher risk for falls when we're not aligned with the spine. So considering that, the next thing is staying hydrated. So oftentimes we don't think about this, but between each vertebrae in our spine, we have these little cushions, vertebral discs, and they are fluid-filled pockets or little pillows. Whenever we're not hydrated, they actually start to get dehydrated as well. So they shrink, they get smaller. We want to keep them plump and keep them cushioned. So aim to drink, your recommended dose of water. You can always check with your doctor to see what's right for you. My next tip, so number 4, is using supportive footwear. So I want you to think of purchasing shoes that are good for arch support and cushioned, helps to reduce back strain, especially when you're on your feet a lot. So good supportive footwear. And then my last and final tip is thinking of resting smart, right? So when you sleep, if you're a side sleeper, it's a good just habit to get into is to slide a pillow between your legs to give yourself that little lift between the legs and a little extra support. If you lie on your back, that's fine too. Maybe you like to put a little pillow underneath of your knees for added support. So those are the 5 tips. Stick around. I'm going to show you the stretches next. Okay, next we've kind of moved to the floor. You can see I am babysitting my sister's dog. This little guy is Rusty. He really causes a lot of commotion for such a little guy, so he might bark in the middle of this video, which is fine. So if you're comfortable getting on the floor, I'd love for us to meet in what we call an easy seat. Maybe cross your legs or extend the legs long. And we'll just work on moving the spine a little bit here as we settle in. So placing the hands on the ground, keep one hand on the earth. We're going to extend the other arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, start to fold over. Release that hand down. And we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to press the other hand into the earth. Inhale. Exhale, fold over, a nice little side body stretch. Go to your degree of stretch. And then maybe you float back and forth, side to side here. A little flow. Find some softness where you can. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Release the hand in the sky. We'll relax and shake it out, let it go. Next move, fingertips are coming up towards the shoulders. Rotate for a little twist here. So isolating through the torso. Find your soft breath. If you need to throw your dog toy, you can do that. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it out. And then hands are going to come to the knees. Move into what we call a Sufi grind. So your knees might be bent like this if that's more comfortable for you. Then we're just going to circle our heart around a little bit, finding some softness, fluidity in the spine. A little rotation here. Nice job. Move your body in a healthy, joyful way every day, right? Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. Let's take good care of our bodies. Take control of our health here. Nice. And then start to reverse your circles when you're ready. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're going to return to center, and then both hands drop to the side. Angel breath. Sweep your arms high. Exhale your hands down by your sides. Nice job. So if you're comfortable on the floor, this might be a good place for you. You could also practice most of these poses in bed if that feels more comfortable or more available to you. I'm going to start with a bridge pose. So we're going to come onto our backs. You may or may not have a yoga mat. If you do have a yoga mat, we're just going to come onto it. Have the knees nice and bent here. Hands are down by your side, and then evenly pressing into your heels. Maybe you start to just tilt the pelvis down. So you're flattening the low back down. Maybe the low back presses into the ground. Hands by your sides, press through your heels, and then keeping the knees close towards one another. So we're not allowing the knees to open. We're pressing the inner thighs towards one another. Start to lift the hips off the ground, off your bed if that's okay. And then lower down. Nice job. Let's incorporate the breath this time. We're going to inhale, lift the hips up. And exhale, lower the hips down. And just go for a couple more rounds here, keeping the spine as neutral as you can. You don't have to lift the hips all the way up unless that feels okay. Right? I always say 60 or 70% is all you need to go. You don't need to go much more than that. Just give me 1 or 2 more bridge lifts here. Nice job. And you can finish that one out. We'll start to just hug both knees in towards your chest. Maybe again, flattening the low back. Maybe it feels good to kind of roll side to side. Isn't he a silly dog? Nice job. If you've been here before, you know I have a rescue named Charlie. He is taking a nap. You probably won't get to see him on camera, but maybe you will. Nice. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. From here, plant both feet on the ground. We're going to hug the right knee in towards the chest. Maybe use your hands, wrap it around your shin bone. Maybe even extend that left leg and roll your right ankle a few times. Nice. And then maybe reverse it other way. Keep breathing naturally. From here, moving into our next pose, it's a supine twist. So I'd love for you to listen. You're holding onto your right knee. Bring that right knee across towards the left side of your body. Nice job. And then your knee doesn't have to touch the floor. Just find a softness here. Maybe extend the right arm. Maybe you use that left hand to support the knee. You can look over the right shoulder. And we'll gently come out of that pose. Draw both knees towards your chest. If one pose feels super yummy, you can always stop the video and just stay there for a little bit. Maybe it feels nice to rock side to side. Nice. And then we'll send the right foot to the earth. Draw the left knee in, a little squeeze here. You could extend that right leg if it feels okay. This is a great pose for bedtime if you ever need a little wind down. Go ahead and roll out your left ankle one way and the other. And then we'll start to move into that supine twist. We're going to take that left Knee across the body. Please note your knee does not have to touch the ground. You could extend the left arm for a deeper twist. Maybe the right hand just supports the knee here. Maybe you look over the left shoulder and find a couple rounds of mindful breath. Unwind back through center. One more time, we'll hug both knees into the chest, a little squeeze to flatten the low back. And start to roll over to one side, your favorite side. Take a moment here. Before you rise up, find a breath or two, fetal posture. Press into your hands, make your way up into seated pose. Next move, let's come on to our hands and knees coming up into a tabletop position. Be mindful here. If your knees hate this, if you really don't like it, you can always skip it, right? Listen to your inner teacher. She or he is the most wise. You could also place a little padding under the knees for added support. Ground through your hands. Your spine is soft, so I'm not overarching or underarching. And then find cat-cow. Inhale, belly button drops down, tailbone lifts, your gaze might lift up. On your exhale, pull your belly button up towards the spine, arch through your upper back body, roll into a scaredy cat shape. So chin drops, tailbone drops. Inhale, roll up, belly drops down. And exhale, find that cat shape. And trust yourself, trust your own breath here as you move back and forth, finding some softness in your spine. And as always, go to your degree of stretch. And give me one more round wherever you've landed. And take your time to return into your tabletop position, aligning your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Start to just sink the hips back for a moment here. Now you might be upright, you might slide a pillow under your hips, or you might start to soften a little bit deeper, extending the arms into a child's pose. You could drop the forehead to the ground. Start to breathe into your low back muscles. And soften and release where you can. Nice job. Press up into the hands. We're going to return to that neutral spine with the tabletop position. We're going to finish this up with one more move. We call it sunbird or bird dog. Start to extend the right leg behind you. Please note, my foot is facing down. My leg is working towards parallel. If that's not working for you, you could just hover the toes off the ground. And you might feel activation right here. Zip up through the spine so belly button draws into the spine to protect the low back. And then maybe extend that left arm for an added stretch, an added challenge here. So working on balance, working on strengthening the back muscles. Find your breath. Feel controlled. Can you soften the skin of your face and relax your jaw? Drop the hand, drop the knee. Extend the left leg. So we'll take it to the other side. If you feel comfortable with it, you could extend that right arm. We're going to alternate between these two poses. So holding here, a stagnant pose is fine, or we can find that little dynamic movement for just an added challenge. So we'll drop both limbs to the earth, extend that left arm, extend the right leg, come back through center, and then second side. If you are comfortable incorporating the breath, you might inhale, extend the arm and leg. Exhale, set it down. And second side, inhale. And exhale. 3 more times. We'll inhale. And exhale. For 2. And last time. Nice job, guys. From here, go ahead and sit back on your heels and make your way into easy seat. So legs could be extended or not, yogi's choice. We'll drop the hands to the side, maybe pet your little friend if you got him close by. Let's inhale, both arms reach high. And exhale, set the hands down, let it go. Shake out the wrists. Give thanks for this moment and thanks for this breath, this body, this amazing body that you have. And I am so thankful for you for joining me, staying till the end of this practice, and taking the time to create some positive change in your world, right? I love, a little bit of self-care goes a long, long way. So when you create positive change and you're on the mat or in your physical workout for the day, that's a ripple of change that is like a butterfly effect. So you're creating change in your life and the lives of those around you. If you would love to learn more, work with me a little bit deeper, please visit my website, emilydarty.com. Over there, I offer health coaching and fitness workouts and all kinds of stuff to get you started on your wellness journey. And I would love to connect with you a bit deeper there. All right, I will see you again very soon. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check back in a couple days and see more videos. Bye-bye.